this story just came out and it got people conflicted. It got people saying a lot of things. And it's two ways I feel about it. But I'm talking about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders. It's official that Coach Deion Sanders is going to coach in Colorado, joining the Pac-10 or Pac-12, and he left Jackson State. So it's been a discourse on Twitter. People saying that he sold out. That look, this is exactly what people thought he would do. That he was just putting up a front or using Jackson State to actually get to his destination, which was eventually a bigger school per se than a HBCU. But listen, I'm gonna give you my opinion on this, and I would like to hear your opinion, how y'all feel about this. So first, let's look at what Deion Sanders. He had a $1.4 million dollar contract for 4 years, and of course, he was at Jackson State, I think 2 or 3 years. So of course, he didn't fulfill his contract, but with that short time that Deion Sanders was at Jackson State, he went 27-5, won the SWAC for 2 years. He was there for 2 years actually, so he won the SWAC championship 2 years. He won Coach of the Year twice. So, and he put Jackson State on the map. Jackson State, unless you super into the HBCU things or from those side of the country, you probably didn't know too much about Jackson State, but he was able to bring a light to it, and bring some shine to them, So that was one of the things that people always want to come out of HBCUs. They need that light that Deion Sanders was able to provide. The only thing that I feel aware about is was Deion Sanders 2 years enough? Cause I figured, this is how I feel about it. I figured Deion Sanders was going to move up at some point. You know what I mean? I just didn't know it would be this soon. I was thinking okay, he make a HBCU start getting those resources, those TV deals, then he'd leave. Because that's really what people want, is this HBCUs to be able to get the financial help, build up their facilities so they could be able to recruit some of these bigger schools. So, he was able to do a lot for Jackson State, but the question is, will this be sustainable? And will Jackson State now go back to how things were? You know what I mean? So, it's still a fight, man. HBCU still have a long way to go, but listen, when it comes to athletics, man, yeah, it's a big difference between some of this PWIs and compared to some of these HBCUs, man. The resources are just a lot in those other schools compared to HBCUs. That's why you find a lot of people go to those schools instead of HBCUs. So, we'll see how it is moving forward. I wish Coach Prime the best. Then another thing that I'm concerned about is the players who are there, including his son, who's a quarterback. Is he going to go with him? Then, of course, they got some highly touted players. Will they, they're going to most likely join their transfer portal, or they're going to go with Deion Sanders? So that's the part that, it's a little hard to take that in. And I think the doubters going to be okay, you see, we told you he's not really for the people, or but you got to give the man props. And his new deal is $5 million a year. Not a year, but it's a $5 million contract with up to bonuses. It could be up to $7 million. So, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. But my question that I have is, when it comes to HBCUs, will players out of high school have to choose them, or do they need coaches like Deion Sanders? I still think at the end of the day, it's players who could make this change that everybody's waiting for. But again, with football, it's a little different compared to basketball. I think basketball has a bit better bet because at the end of the day, if you guys are talented, just two players. Let's say you just land two top recruits like McDonald's All-American type players, and they go to a HBCU. Most likely, those two players could get you guys in a tournament. And that's big already. You know what I mean? That could help you guys build from there. But football is just tough with the playoff system, with the different bowls and leagues. So, yeah, I think football-wise, man, HBCUs have a long way to go. But, hey, good luck to Coach Prime, and shout out to him, man. Hopefully he does his thing in Colorado. And thankful for what he was able to do for a short time at Jackson State. But I just say, man, give love, man. Ain't no need to hate on the man. You know what I mean? But hopefully, he just continues to help other people, and more people follow on Deion Sanders' footsteps, going to HBCUs, and hopefully stay a little bit longer just to help him build it up so he could sustain himself. But we'll wait and see how that goes. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, and y'all stay tuned, man. It's your boy K-Dub, and I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.